Hello, everybody out there. This is Kirsten again for the German Tarot Association and Geheimnisakademie with a new live international value. I'm here with lovely Estrella from Bangkok. And first of all, hi, Estrella. Nice, so good that you're here.
Hello, hi. We just met each other in UK a few
In
weeks ago
Manhattan, in Manchester.
in Manchester, Tabi Tarot Conference, which
Yeah.
is great. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, we met already before at the
UK Tarot Conference two
exactly in
years
London,
ago. Yeah.
and
Mhm.
we will meet again this October in London. I'm really looking forward to
Hopefully.
this. And whenever Estrella is somewhere at a convention, she brings with her lovely tarot decks in
From Asia.
Manhattan. In Manhattan, in Manchester, she
Mhm.
gave me the Quen tarot, and
Mhm.
I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to unbox it with Estrella today. I'm very
Mhm.
curious what she has to say about the deck. But
Mhm.
before we do this, you're living in Bangkok, and I know that
Mhm.
the scene in Asia. I'm not very good with Asia. Don't want to put every nation there in one basket.
Mhm.
So, but I know there is a very lively tarot scene. Can you share this with us a bit? What?
Yes. Oh, you cannot imagine. When I talk about the tarot scene in Bangkok with my friends in UK, they were so excited because, you know, in Thailand, people crazy buying tarot, and we have one fair called Gypsy Fair. It's like once a year around May. The fair is hosted in beautiful Bangkok Art and Cultural Center, which is all the tarot creators. Will be opening their booth there, and also like fortune teller and exhibitions. Well, the attendees for this 5 day at in 2022, it was like 60,000 people.
60,000 people for
Yeah,
tarot.
yeah, attending the event.
That's amazing.
It's amazing, and in 5 days, at that time, it's my first debut. I am my background before I became a publisher. I published my own deck. This is my first deck. The Gatsby, Love and Wisdom Oracle. So uh, my first time in the fair, and I saw about 150 decks
You sold
in four
so many.
days.
That's amazing. And
Yes,
that was only this Great Gatsby deck, or that
yes,
was
that was
because you didn't have any others at this time.
yeah,
Mhm.
that was back then. But that year, I was very honored to also help out the fair, because it was hosted in Bangkok Art and Cultural Center. They also need some more like art, or exhibitions to go along with it. You cannot just rent a space and put everything there. You have to contribute in artistic way. So I curate the biggest tarot, like Thai tarot exhibitions ever. So I show about together with the team of Gypsy Fair and organizer, we show about over 200 deck of Thai creators.
Wow. How many?
That's how big the scene is. As a creator, that was not all. That was just a part of it that can tell you how much we love tarot deck, and how much these creativity so much executed in tarot and oracle world here in Bangkok. So now, Bangkok become a hub for people around, here to come to this fair and to experience, all the Asian deck or, Thai tarot.
So, how many people are living in Bangkok approximately?
15 million.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I
Yeah.
can understand the
Yeah.
60,000, but they came from all over Thailand, I think.
Yeah, and also tourists, and now we have like international people that coming to participate the fair, and open the booth and so on, and all the
Amazing.
buyers and stuff. So, and I often bring my deck, and the deck that I publish, and also some great Thai tarot decks to sell in London, to introduce to people that we have some great decks from Asia that no one ever seen.
Exactly.
So that's
That's why we're doing this talk here, and we also want to introduce your art or your artists to
Mhm,
Germany. Um,
mhm.
I was just wondering, do you know when the tarot euphoria started in Asia?
Mm.
Because it's more a
Well,
Western tool, isn't it?
it's for divination,
Uh-huh.
in Asia, it will rooted in very long time, like,
Okay.
eating in
Hmm.
China, and then, go across the world to, divinations, and it become tarot, it become all. In Asia, we also have like this, divination system
Hmm.
that we've been using and rooted in our culture. But tarot in particular, uh, it's my generation.
Hmm.
Let's say that in Thailand, we first know tarot because a tarot master brought Rider Waite Smith to Thailand, and to introduce fortune tellings and the cards, and that how it's come about maybe about 30s or 40 years ago.
Do you
Hmm.
know who this was?
Yes อาจารย์ขุนทองอัศนีณอยุธยา he's a tarot master, he's
Uh-huh.
still alive. But that's that how it came to our Thai society as like Western card. He called it gypsy card. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
So when Thai people talk about this, when we say tarot card, they would not. In general, people was like, "What tarot card?" But all they know it's a gypsy card because it was first called gypsy card in Thai. Uh-huh.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
but for the history of deck creator, I think we started uh, in 1999 with my master Thawon, Bunyawan, who was the first Thai and Asian tarot creator that published Root of Asia. That's a Thai
Interesting.
deck with
Yeah.
with AGM. It was published 100,000 copy, 5 languages.
So it's quite a young scene, but also very
Yes.
prosperous, obviously.
Hmm.
And you are one of the publishers who brings loads of interesting tarot artists to the scene. Um,
Yeah.
I just let me check. I wanted to show people your publishing house. Whether I linked it in the show notes, but perhaps this is not what I wanted to show. I wanted to show this here. Um, because this is your publishing house, Bidala Divinations.
Yes.
And you can see the Quen tarot, which we're going to unbox in a moment here. And anybody who wants to get more information about Estrella and her publishing house should go onto this website. But before we went live, you already showed me a few of the decks you all also produced. I showed you mine. Whoop, where's it gone? Fell on the floor. I unboxed already the Seam Tarot, it's called, right?
Yes, the Sem
And
Tarot by Rowan on our beloved friends
exactly. And
from
I already talked
Singapore.
to Rowan about this deck and the scene in Thailand. But this is one of the projects you did. But what else did you do? What kind of projects?
Oh, I first start with my own deck, and the Gatsby, and then because I was very artistic oriented. I use professionals like high-end graphic designers and everything. And my background, I'm a museum planner, so I work a lot with artists. You are also doing a lot of art direction. So after the successful of the Gatsby, people often ask me like, "Oh, your deck's so beautiful. Can you like help us? Like do the deck? And we wanna make it beautiful like yours, or so on." So the Sim Tarot that you got is the second version of this one. It was the first version of the Sim Tarot, and I love the project. And I told Rowan, it's like, "Rowan, oh my God, you need to like make this pop. It's such a great project." So he asked me to publish the Sim Tarot. So that's like the second project that I did with him, and later on, I also been asked for other people that this one, it's the we chat a little bit about this. Um, my master friend has a son who is autistic, and he also color blinded.
He's
But
colorblind and autistic.
yeah, so
Uh-huh.
but this is artwork. So the color combination of his work so excellent. So his mother asked me if I could like do anything with this artwork. So I conceptualize when he's color blind. It means that he see thing differently from us. So at that point, so I use that to make a concept of the deck, like all I see is magic, which is the deck that help you look at life in a positive lens to this card. So
That's
that's
amazing.
like what I do. I concept and publish other, and this is his other deck that we're working on with his sister. hmm
Oh, that's
yeah,
sweet.
so it's very sweetie. So that's very lovely oracle deck as well. So I now, like, more and more people ask me to help them bring about their art to be a deck. And I also have Baidala Divination Tarot School that have a course on deck creation.
Hmm.
uh And for people that have, one of my students is an art therapist. She want to make her own deck for her own client in the hospital. So she come to learn deck creation with me.
Wow.
And another person, another student of mine has a NLP coaching business for 10 years.
Hmm.
She also want to have her own deck for coaching. So they come to learn deck creation. So these both students will be releasing their deck. I hope by the end of this year. They're already like
Great.
just about to finish the course. So this is what I do with my deck creations business, and also like I work with artists, as I mentioned. Quen Tarot is my first deck that I work with artists directly and publishing under the name of Baidala Divination, and
So
that's Vietnamese artists.
I need to chuck in a word or two. No, exactly. So you, I can't pronounce his name. What's his name? The artist?
Wu Doi King.
Yes.
And but we have very difficulty to pronounce his
Ah,
name as
okay,
well.
good.
So we call him Ethan. He's like, he go by Ethan for
Okay,
us,
that's
his
good.
English name.
He has a
So
lovely Instagram account. I
yes.
already he has many admirers, I have to say,
Oh
and he's
yes. Like he
posing
has
very
a big
lovely.
followers, and it's so we'll talk about, you know Gwen, it's like his one of his like genius creation, but I think very much in love with um him being a tarot artist, and I will share with you like
Mhm.
why and what I see was so like
Unique.
different, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, from
So,
others.
so I know this deck won a prize. It says here
Mhm,
it was the best tarot deck in
mhm,
2022.
mhm.
Which prize was this?
Kata Award.
Ah, I don't
Mhm,
know.
mhm.
I think the
We
German
were
people
in
are not.
Manchester, right?
I know.
And
I
at
just want
that
you.
night,
Sorry, I just want you to tell this to the German people because they don't know about this award.
okay, the Kata Award. So, actually, I'll tell you this story. When we first met, Ethan and I met in a small cafe in Bangkok on a random day because he was about to leave Bangkok and he was on tour here. And he said, "Oh, he posted in the group, in tarot group in Thailand. He said like, "Oh, I'm a tarot artist from Vietnam. I on tarot tour, and if anyone interested to know about my work, my deck, you can come to see me." But then I saw, all the picture of the deck that he posted. I was like, "Oh my God, that's so beautiful. I want to get his deck, right?" So I went to see him, just an admirer, and we talk, and I show him like my deck, the Gatsby, and he loves it. And then I asked him like, "Oh, can I buy your deck?" And he said, "Oh no, sorry, no." I'm like, "How can you be on tarot tour without selling your tarot?" And then he explained to me like, I only he only published hand craft tarot 10 deck.
Oh, he only had 10
And
decks.
yeah, and and this is so crazy in the
Yes.
way that like, and he had done 7 deck in 7 years since he was 17. He never published anything.
Wow.
It's
So,
only handful people like have his deck, and I was so shocked. Like I, I remember, and I was like, "But your deck's so great." And he said, "No," and I said, "You need to share the love to people. I love your deck. I want to have it, and I think many people want to have it." And he said, like, he told me there were a lot of publishing company that approached him international, like, and in Vietnam as well, wanna buy the copyright to produce his work, but he didn't feel like they really understood his artwork. So he never gave it to anybody. And until we met, we had that conversation. I didn't even say anything, but I encouraged him to, like, please, make it. I want to buy. And then he went to Singapore. Actually, he met Rowan, and Rowan, like, introduced him, like, oh, if you wanna do the deck, do with Estrella, and she published very lovely deck. So when he went back to Vietnam, like, he thought about it, and so he called me and said, can we do
Publish
this
it.
together? Yeah.
That's great.
And I was so thrilled. I'm like, oh, but actually, the originally he want to give me another deck called See You Tomorrow, because he feel that was the most beautiful deck that he draw, and I published that. But somehow I feel like, but I saw Quen, I fell in love with Quen. Can I publish Quen Tarot? He said, okay. And he didn't tell me anything at all about this award, because, like, 3 months earlier, before we met, he made a handcraft, version of Quen Tarot, 3 of them, and sent it to International Tarot Foundation, ITF, in UK, before Tabi,
Yeah.
So they host Kata Award. Kata Award is like, it's like Oscar in the tarot world. Let's, one of those, award winning, moment for artists. So, Kata Award, all artists around the world submit their deck that published that year, and the judge, from International Tarot Foundation, had an award. But so, we signed a contract, and 7 days later, he sent me a message that we are in the finalists. Quen is in the finalist, top 10 finalists. And he's in Kata Award. He was the only Asian tarot artist that in that top 10, with great name like Robert Empress and all others big name. And I was like, what is Kata Award? I didn't even know. Not only you German people. And for me, I'm like, so I had to Google, like, what Kata Award are you talking about? And then it's like, okay. And I saw, oh, so this is like, every year all the tarot artists around the world send the deck for the competition for best cartomancy, best tarot.
Yeah.
So that's how I know the Kata Award.
Exactly. And this year there was again the awards in Manchester. And you can, if you go to the homepage, which is still called Tabby, though they now renamed themselves, you can also see who won. I think it was another Asian artist who won
It's what
again.
another
Yeah.
Vietnamese.
Yeah. That's really great.
So Vietnamese is on trend right now.
Yeah.
So since Quen that's opened up the big scene for Vietnam tarot, and just as you show, we had a Kickstarter campaign last year in December at the end of the year, and we got 15,000 funded on this project.
So people are getting very curious after this story, and they want to know the deck. So we have to get on with this, Estrella.
Okay, let's see it.
The first thing I want to know is, what does Quen mean?
Quen is a double meaning. Quen
Hmm.
in Vietnamese mean forget or to be familiar. So it's a double meaning, which is so opposite directions.
Uh-huh.
Uh, to forget something or to be familiar with something,
Okay,
someone.
so I forget and get to know it better, basically.
Mm,
And
mhm,
it says here, forget tarot de gap. What does this
mhm.
mean?
So this is the second version of. You remember the first version was the one that he crafted to award. This
Hmm.
is the journey after that. So it's the gap. Forget the gap. That's how he named it. Which is a continue story from the part one.
Yeah.
The great thing about his work is his genius is that every tarot deck that he draw is a story,
Hmm.
it's a journey. Like he composed a novel, which is mixed with reality.
Hmm.
If you read 100 Year of Solitude, his tarot deck is just like that. It's like surrealism and all that mixed with reality.
I
And he like composed the story first and put it together in tarot deck. So in Quen, it's a story of two girls. The first girl called uh and she has she come to tarot master because she want to uh release the past, forget about someone.
hmm
Okay, because she want to move on with her life. And the second girl is Dan. She also want to forget someone as well, but use it in another term that because she met someone while she was traveling, and very your attachment is very trigger, you're just longing for that person. But then he redrawn the deck, which is the second version that had the five fool is for Dan in different places so that she can travel to find herself in the future. So let's
Let's look
unbox.
at the deck.
Yeah.
What I have to say again first is that whenever you touch a deck Estrella is producing, it's lovely. It's very high quality. The stock of cards as well
Mhm.
as the package. It's kind of linen, isn't it?
It
Feels like
is
linen.
linen.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's linen. It feels very nice to the touch. It has this gold. S- I don't know the English word for this. It's Prägung in
Mhm.
German. So it's kind of standing out the
Gold
gold.
plate.
Yeah, and it's really high quality. You have this um, magnetic thing to close
Box.
the deck, and as you can see, it's already again golden here. All the cards have a.
So this is copper edge.
It's copper. Ah, yeah,
It's
it's
copper.
copper. Yeah. So it's really lovely. And you get a certificate of authenticity, which you had
Mhm.
also in this Sam's deck.
It's
Uh,
it's a signed edition, so every authentic card is signed by the artist.
this is his signature.
Yes, and he
So,
signed, live like 1,000 deck.
and if you, the code here is for the PDF to go with it.
Yes, to
Okay.
it's a e-guidebook, which actually we also like publish the bigger book in the Kickstarter.
Wow.
So this is a guidebook which you will have this version. We put all the picture and story together, and very nice graphic because we have a very lovely friend, Leonard, who drawn Vanessa Tarot to do all the graphic for Quen.
Yeah. Just look at the back side of the deck. It's really lovely as well. It's a painting. Is it one of the tarot cards inside, or is it just imagine?
It's all his tarot deck. All the back card is done by his sister.
Ah, interesting. It's
The artistic run in the family, this
mm.
family. So all his tarot deck or 7 decks, the back card is by his lovely sister.
It's very sweet, and it's again, as I already said, it's really good quality from the cardstock. It's playing cardstock, I would say. It's really
Yeah.
nice.
So we have with the we very peculiar about the cardstock
Yeah.
because in our studio we want to make the most beautiful tarot we could, and this cardstock is Korean paper. It's
Hmm.
called Titan. Titan is one of the best like cardstock. Sometimes when you like buy a tarot and when you open it, it's already blend.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, but it's already blend. This you can use it very long time. It
Yeah.
never blend.
It
Uh-huh.
feels like it. It feels like it. And as you already introduced, there are two girls. So I take it the fool here double are these two
There
girls, right?
are 5 full.
5 fools.
Yeah,
Ah,
5
there's one
full.
in Vietnam, one
Uh-huh.
somewhere on Earth.
Mhm.
Then we have a Singapore,
Yes.
and that's all in the PDF explained, I get.
Yes.
Bangkok
Bangkok, of
and
course.
and
Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai. Why
Yes.
Chiang Mai? I don't know Chiang
Chiang Mai
Mai.
is in Thailand, in the north of Thailand.
Uh-huh. And
Mhm.
is it a big city as well?
It's very big city, very lovely city.
Okay. And we have all these different characters, obviously. So I can see 3 girls definitely as a fool, but
Mhm.
this looks more like a flower as a fool.
Uh-huh. So with the full, like in Bangkok, you see like the full energy, right? But the different energy, this is like a fire energy because Bangkok is very vibrant city.
Hmm.
So additional to the original meaning of the full, so we added atmosphere. You can read the atmosphere of the card as a fire energy, creativity and all that. So it's all in the PDF, the meaning of each city and, specific things that, he illustrate.
So is it linked to the 5 elements?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I see. So you have this could be some airy element
Mm-hmm.
then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
earthy,
spirit.
yeah, a
Yeah.
spirit.
Water. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really like this as the fool. The time is running. We have to get going here. Kind of.
Yeah.
It tells me. Okay, so in a reading, I probably wouldn't use all the 5 fools, but you can set the tone of the reading with choosing one of the fools. Would be my idea for this, and it 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 looks, if I look at the magician, I can see there is Rider Waite Smith in it, right? It's kind
Mm-hmm.
of based on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's again a girl. And there's a city in behind it. I guess this has to do
It's
then.
Notre Dame. It's a
Ah, it's Notre
portrait
Dame.
of,
Ah, okay.
yeah, because in the story, the magicians, they talk about the memory that happened in Notre Dame when they went together in Paris.
Okay. And well, the high priestess is easily recognizable as from Pamela Coleman Smith,
Mhm.
an adaptation of her. But looks a bit more like in a theater here, this one, as if perhaps she is kind of setting up a ritual. I know in Paris they did these kind of things. It's,
So, the story go on. It
mm.
talk about different part of the world, of different part of the memory. Uh-huh.
And I can use this tarot deck. I don't need to know the story. I guess I can just use it also
Yeah,
as a
you can
reading.
use whatever way you feel comfortable
Mm.
with. Uh-huh.
It's very interesting style. How long did Ethan? You said he is his nickname.
Ethan.
Eden. How long did he practice tarot before he started drawing cards?
Well, actually, he draw as he practices since he was 17. Ethan kind of like, start drawing tarot for healing his emotion healing, and
Mm,
he's a self-taught artist.
mm. I really like the
Uh,
lovers. They are
yeah,
really
so
nicely
this is
done.
his fourth creation.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Mm. So
So
this is fourth deck that he done.
Singapore chariot.
Chariot.
And there's again, looks a bit like again back to Notre Dame or something like that. Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, you can easily recognize now the more you get into the cards that we are here dealing with a uh, Wade Smith deck.
Mhm.
But what I like is
Also like
that there are these Asian elements in it, like here with the Buddha.
with
Um,
the book.
so we expand our knowledge about tarot even more by bringing a new culture into this, yeah, Western based deck, right?
Mhm.
It's quite a
Yes.
good idea. And the people on the cards, they all look a bit androgynous to me. So I wouldn't know whether it's all of them male or female
Male or
characters.
female. Yes, that's the idea.
This
Mm.
is a very interesting interpretation of the Wheel of Fortune. So we can really see somebody hanging down from the wheel, another one being lifted up, and
Mm.
then there's somebody who reminds me of the Seven of Cups. And we have here the Seven of Discs, perhaps as well. So I I can obviously relate to this deck as a tarot reader, but it makes me curious to look into the story as well, because there seems to be something behind it. This I really like, because I always wondered what's behind the curtain of justice.
Mhm.
Um, and
So he revealed it.
exactly. So it's like we finally see what's behind her, and
Uh-huh.
there's a revelation. And I'm just reading what
And
Angela
that's
writes
like
here.
the iconic building in Malaysia.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Malaysia. It says underneath Malaysia.
Mm.
Yeah, Angela writes that she didn't expect it to be so closely linked to the RWS deck, but she likes this expressionistic style a lot. That's what she's writing here. Yeah, uh, it, it's really an adaptation, isn't it? It's like I really like when Asian movies take Western subjects and put them into their context. And this is a bit like
Yeah,
this as well.
culture. Hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Our
Um,
interpretations and, like
yeah,
Asian sign and symbolic,
yeah,
and adding iconic city in each card for like different meaning. It's so genius.
yeah. The death card. It's a bit reminiscent of the Nine of Swords, though, isn't it? Because of
It
the
is. Mm.
blanket. And yeah, I'm really,
But it's kind of peaceful, like to me,
yeah,
it's kind
it's
of
very,
peaceful
very
day.
peaceful. and
Yeah.
and and it's I also like this idea of this continuation from
Mm.
death to temperance. There's the river still, we know from the
Mm.
death card, and
Yeah.
it's still going on. And you can see this healing process of dying and letting go. And then we have a devil without any. Oh, and there's still the ship here. So the ship is going forward in the darkness, and the devil. Woo! Speaking of the devil, I just killed my studio here. Good Lord.
Oh,
So is there a devil concept in China, in Asia, or is it
oh,
just?
there's a lot of concept of devil here in each country.
But I always learned it's more a Christian concept, So
Mm.
I was wondering whether it is a very malignant figure in, for example, in
Yeah.
Vietnam, or is it more a trickster figure like Mercury or something like that? The tower is standing.
Mm.
It's it makes me when I look at all these different places, I really feel like, oh, I would like to travel to these places and see
Mhm.
what it looks like.
Mm.
The crying star is also interesting. Yeah. Um, do you have some cards which you are especially fond of?
Oh, uh, the most beloved card in this deck for me is the Magicians. I love the Magician there. And also, the Judgment, which is the next after the Sun.
That's a
Mm.
very interesting interpretation.
Mm.
Well, can you tell me a bit about this card?
Well, the Judgment in particular is that judgment, it's a rebirth, and he also give me this the artwork, which is this big, and I feel associated with the Judgment because there's another one, mhm, that he draw, you see.
Yes,
Mhm.
lovely. Totally
So
different style.
yeah, this is called, this one, he won another award at UK Tarot Conference last year, if you remember, that the Judgment
Ah,
year.
yeah, yeah, you're
So
right. Yeah.
Judgment to me, on each deck, it had, like, for me, it's a special meaning. Mhm.
Yeah, I really need to. But when I unbox decks, I just react for the first time to the decks, but then I get deeper into them and learn about them, and I will do with this deck as well as with
Mm.
many other decks. Um, I'm wondering whether we
So
should.
this is a special card. Can you go back one more? So, this is the word that is, end of major arcana,
Yeah,
and the next one, is called myself.
yeah, exactly.
So
Ah, it's a
all he,
22.
yes, all his deck, every deck that he draw, there are three signature cards that will he add special card. One is myself, and let's see another one, the
Karma.
karma. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is a
And
very good card. I like this a
yeah,
lot. Ooh, with a chess
and uh
and
and the next one is the blank, which is
the
it's
cover.
yeah, the cover.
The blank, nowhere on earth.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the soul card.
It's up. I it's up to the context. Once I read for my friend, and she asked me, like, because her goal in life is to practice Buddhism and to go to enlightenment, and she asked if she would achieve that, and the blank come out, and we know it is, because that put in the context of, you know there's nowhere, like a nothing, like nothingness is like, it's a enlightenment, it's a eternity. So it's quite interesting when you use it to read. and in a different context.
It's like Zen in a way. Yeah, I'm really I like these cards a lot. I think I will stop showing cards now because people should get the decks themselves. You said you can buy it via internet. You said there are not so many
Yes.
copies left, right?
Yeah, so we run this Kickstarter last year, and we almost like sold out. We have maybe 50 deck
Mm-hmm.
of Quen tarot in stock, maybe 100 deck in total with the oracle, because he's also like do the Quen oracle as well. So if you go to Kickstarter now and type Think Oracle or by Dala Divination, you will see, like this in this campaign. And I just add today that in the campaign you can buy, Quen Tarot as well there.
Yeah. So I'm sure most of you know Kickstarter out there. I never go to Kickstarter because I lose so much money there. It's
We
really
can't help
horrible. I hate
it.
Kickstarter. But this is the one which is coming out now, you said. That's the next
Yeah,
deck you're
so this
producing.
is, like I say, for Ethan winning such a big award like Kata Award, it opened up a lot of opportunity for artists in Asia, in Vietnam. But one of the great thing that he did was, when he talked to me, he's like, Estrella, why we only have like Western, award, why we don't have our own Asian award or anything like that. So he and I start CEC Katamansi Exhibition Challenge, which is, a tarot competition for Vietnam last year. So Think Oracle is done by Min, who won the competition in
Uh-huh.
CEC last year. So we got a lot of talent, and also the one who won Kata Award this year enter our competition. He got the second runner. So there's a lot of talented Vietnamese tarot artists coming out to the world of tarot.
So we can just, for anybody who's interested in this, go to Kickstarter, and you can probably also just like the publishing house, the Bidala house, and then if you want, you will always be reminded when the next deck is coming out.
Yes.
I would suggest to do this.
Mm.
Yeah, as I said, I hate doing this because I lose so much money. But but I'm very grateful you gifted me this deck. This was extremely
Yes,
kind
you
of you.
use it. You will love it, I think.
I will love it. And what we need to do, and what I always do to finish off my unboxings, is I draw one card. And
Mm-hmm,
this is kind of the oracle of the day for people to
mm-hmm.
watch. And you need to tell me what's written in the book regarding this card, so
Oh,
people
okay. I get the book here.
also know about the quality of the book, basically, to go with it. And okay, message for the day or for the night for you. I'm very curious.
I'm very
Uh,
curious as well.
okay, let's take this one here. Oh, it's
Oh,
my
wow.
actually it's my number. I'm a 7. So
Oh, uh-huh.
well done,
Well,
Kirsten.
Yeah, may I read it for
Yes, please.
all you people? The
Yes.
Chariot in Singapore. This card is inspired by the story of the Chariot by Rider-Waite, the victor in this chariot entering the port of Singapore. With Singapore logo behind, this card express self-confidence, strong desire, like the Asian tiger itself after separating from Malaysia. So we know a bit history about Singapore. So keywords: attack to success. Second, big ego, defeating an or enemy. Third, controlling impulse and emotion. And unique meaning of Singapore is rich and flashy. Secondly, is multi-ethnicity. Third, freedom to find your destination. Fourth, break through the last lake. So that's the chariot in
That's
Singapore.
fantastic. You know, my family is saving up money to get to Singapore and to Tokyo. So this is a
Oh,
good message for me. I will make it to Singapore, I'm sure.
you will make it to Singapore for sure.
And
Mhm.
now I need to go to Bangkok as well to see this
Yes.
brilliant fair. Um,
Hmm.
People wrote in the chat that apparently you have also huge bookstores just with tarot cards in Bangkok.
Yes. So actually, we have Kinokuniya and Asia Book. Those two bookstore, you have like maybe 1,000 deck that that you can buy
Woo,
from around the world.
that's
So
really amazing.
we so I supply those bookstore as well as fair at international fair and Kickstarter, and
Yeah,
now we open up the new market in China.
yeah.
So it quite blooming business in Asia to create tarot.
And in Manchester, we also discussed that we could perhaps, once we're in London in October, bring over a few decks of yours here to Germany, so it would be easier for
Yes.
people to buy the
Yeah,
decks.
I would like to, you to bring our stuff to introduce to German
I will.
fans.
I will. I already started, as you can see.
Yeah, so anyone wants a deck, please contact you, and so we'll get. I'll give some freebie. We make a bookmark, stickers, and all that. We'll give you all of that in
I
London.
will write it also in the newsletter of the Tarot Association, and
Mhm.
we talk in October again. Perhaps we can do a
Yeah,
little live once we're in October in London.
in
We can go
London.
on to YouTube and I can show all the decks you have then there. Um,
Yeah.
Estrella, it was lovely to talk to you.
It's so nice to talk to you, and I'm very happy to introduce this Asian deck to German fans.
Yes,
And please follow us on Kickstarter.
yes.
And we see you again from London, from UK Tarot Conference, and
About 6 weeks
hopefully
time, only 6 or
6 weeks
7 weeks. Yeah,
only.
mad. No, not 6 weeks, not 8 weeks. 8 weeks. We're middle of August. I'm a bit
Mhm.
ahead of my time, but I'm really looking forward to seeing you again and
Me
everybody
too.
else there. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much for these opportunities. Uh-huh.
Yes, of course. And yeah, great deck. I'm probably going to use it very soon. Tomorrow we're doing our weekly tarot uh, prognosis, and perhaps we're going to use this deck this
Yeah,
time.
thank you. Let me know how you like it.
I will. I will.
Yeah,
So, everybody out there, I'm going to do another live from a Manchester participant next Monday, but I'm not going to tell yet who. It's going to be very entertaining. And thank you, Estrella, for doing this
thank
with me.
you. See you soon.
See you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.